Oh, hello, old friend. Welcome to the 5th episode of Why You Should Come to Arcadia. Thank you for your love and support. As promised, in this episode we are going to talk about Tom Stoppard's play Arcadia. Pay close attention, for this episode will make all the previous episodes make sense, so go watch them all if you haven't, or else this episode won't make any sense. Does that make sense? For those of you who think it does, let's begin. Arcadia takes place in Sedley Park, a beautiful country estate in Derbyshire, England, which, if you recall, was where Stoppard grew up. As the title suggests, the place reminds one of Arcadia, the idyllic harmonic paradise, and the exciting undercurrents of death, sex, art and discovery that flow within it. There the play would jump between two time periods, the past, which are the years 1809 and 1812, and the present, which in our production is 2020, the pretty shitty year we're in right now. In a way, this play is a detective story, where present-day scholars try to find out what happened in the early 19th century Sedley Park. Now, let's draw a tree. No, not an actual tree, a character relation tree. It'll help us better understand what's going on in Arcadia. In the present day, arrogant scholar Bernard Nightingale barges into Sedley Park, dead set on finding proof of a scandal involving the great poet and equally great womanizer, Lord Byron. There he meets the Coverley siblings, Valentine, an eccentric math postgraduate doing research on grouse, Chloe, who's hosting a garden party and is infatuated with Bernard, and Gus, the mysterious little brother who doesn't speak. He also meets Hannah Jarvis, a fellow scholar and the author of a bestseller that is slammed by none other than Bernard himself. As you may imagine, their encounter, like that of Jane Austen's Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy, did not go well at all. With help from the Coverleys and the records in the park, they gradually uncover what happened in the past. Thomasina Coverley, a precocious genius, is about to make a great discovery about the universe. Septimus Hodge, Thomasina's tutor and a friend of Lord Byron, has an affair with the unseen Mrs. Chater. He's also quite flirty with Thomasina's mother, Lady Croom, who's in charge of the estate. Mrs. Chater's naive husband, Ezra Chater, a poet with minimal talent, is a guest of Sedley Park. He's introduced by her ladyship's brother, Captain Bryce, who's also having an affair with Mrs. Chater. There's also Mr. Noakes, the landscape gardener whose design annoys the hell out of Lady Croom, and whose spyglass annoys the hell out of Septimus. Jellaby, the courteous and gossipy housekeeper of Sedley Park, overhears Septimus's unseemly affair and spreads it throughout the estate. And last but not least, there's Augustus, Thomasina's younger brother, who holds a secret about his sister that no one else will ever know. Oh, and did I mention Lord Byron's having an affair with Mrs. Chater as well? Yes, I know, the story is very juicy, and the woman is very busy. But the juiciest thing is this. The only man who isn't sleeping with Mrs. Chater, Mr. Chater, was dead by 1809. What did he die of? Accident? Illness? Embarrassment? Or was it one of his wife's lovers who killed him? Do you know? Ha, of course you don't. Who am I kidding? I'll just leave you to find out for yourselves. Okay, now we're done with the tree. Remember when we said Stoppard loves exploring difficult themes and asking big questions? Well, prepare to have your minds blown when you come to watch Arcadia, for it is definitely one of Stoppard's most ambitious works, one that perfectly embodies the idea of juxtaposition and collision. In Arcadia, you join the debates of determinism and free will, learn about chaos theory and the second law of thermodynamics, and ponder over the question as old as time, often represented by the Enlightenment and Romanticism, the fight between sense and sensibility, progress and personalities, thinking and feeling. And Stoppard's certainly not going easy on us. Arcadia is a play as contemplative and intellectual as it is emotional and heartbreaking. Ultimately, Arcadia is about the impossibility of solving the mystery, and the beauty in our futile attempt to do so. For the meaning exists in the desire to know, not in the knowledge, and what matters is our pursuit for the truth, not the act of finding it. With characteristic humor and irony, Stoppard's Arcadia reminds us we will never be able to see the whole picture, all the while showing us how wonderful it is to know that we can always give our best to try. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you now have a more thorough understanding of Arcadia, and a strong desire to either come to our live performance or watch it online. Once again, thank you very much, and since there's nothing to stay tuned for anymore, I guess I'll see you when I see you. Cheers!